Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review, this time of new Eternia figures, Webstor, Trapjaw, and Man-at-Arms. These three came with a recent pile of loot I got from the Big Bad Toy Store. Webstor came in sort of the retro box, the box that I've been used to getting for a few years now, with a cool portrait on the side, and the great portrait on the back, and of course the name on the side. Trapjaw and Man-at-Arms came in the new packaging with no name on the side, so if you want to match up who that was, you can get enough that that's Trapjaw. You'd figure that out. But it does have the cool picture on the side, and of course has the head and then the full body pose, and then a really cool picture of the figure itself on the back. And as far as Man-at-Arms, has the portrait on the side and the cool action figure portrait on the back with the various things. It looks like they took a little page out of Hasbro's book with the paper packaging for G.I. Joe, where there's sort of a portrait of the figure along with the accessories for that figure. So it looks like there's a head with no mustache. Looks like the ball and chain comes out of the mace. Really cool stuff. These are characters I really like. And of course, Webstor is a figure that I had as a kid, so he's always kind of a sentimental favorite. Trapjaw and Man-at-Arms, of course, are must-haves. Mostly because Trapjaw is just my favorite character for whatever reason. I don't understand it. Maybe it's the cool colors. He's not really a great character. I mean, in the cartoon, he was never, fantastic. But I just love the design of Trapjaw. And Man-at-Arms, of course, you have to have. Man-at-Arms is a mainstay. He's one of the main cast. He's on every episode, except for the newer cartoon that they sort of separate and then they find him later. But he's a must-have. I don't exactly know what New Eternia is. I don't know if New Eternia is sort of of what would happen if the Origins figures met the Masterverse figures. And these are figures that just are sort of animated style. But I don't know. I don't know what really Masterverse is. I just think it is kind of the marriage of these are the characters from the original cartoon in a Masterverse sort of way. Maybe that's what New Eternia is. That's kind of what it means to me, but I don't know what it means to you. But it's these characters are super cool. And I can't wait to bust them out and take a closer look at Trapjaw, Man-at-Arms, and Webstor. Now that they're out of the package, let's take a closer look at the new Eternia figures from Masters of the Universe Masterverse. Let's start with some of the accessories. Except for Webstor has his pistol with the grappling hook in it. Man-at-Arms has the mace with the ball deployed. Trapjaw is armed with the grabber hand and a knife. So I'm going to go over the rest of the accessories. Webstor comes with this. I'll show you what this does a little bit later. He comes with an extra pair of hands. Man-at-Arms comes with the mace is interchangeable, so you can pop the part with the ball and chain off, and you can put this back on for that classic look. It also comes with an extra pair of hands. He comes with it isn't like an unmustached version. It's a guard version. Sort of, Eternia has a lot of people running around in Man-at-Arms armor that are just grunts. So Man-at-Arms also counts as an army builder, and this is sort of the generic army person. Likewise, this is a more classic helmet. This is sort of I hate to say G1 because that's more of a Transformers term, but it's the classic design that was on the helmet. But if you have the guard helmet on, that's probably more appropriate, or the guard head as an army builder, it's probably more appropriate to have this helmet than the helmet that Man-at-Arms currently has. And Trapjaw comes with, in addition to the knife, comes with a hook And he comes with the laser cannon, as do most trap jaws. So I'm going to pull that aside. I'm going to start with Webstor and go over him and show you what this sort of D hook or whatever you sky hook piece does. So first, let's take a look at his weapon. You can see that it comes with this plug here that's meant to sort of anchor the grappling hook when he fires it. So you just load it by putting it in the groove there. There is a hole here, and I'm not sure if that's a hole where if you took the line off, you could just stick the grappling hook in there. It doesn't seem to have a corresponding hole on the other side, so I'm not sure. The grappling hook is articulated, so you can deploy it like this, or you can keep it like this. Playability either way. Boom. And then expand and click. Very cool. The blue plug you can unplug, and this plugs into the ring like this so that he can be hanging off. So if the grappling hook is attached to one thing and this is dangling, he can have his hand in this grip, and he can be hanging there also. So lots of playability options for Webstor, just like the original. The original had the backpack that had the grappling hook. You can't see anything I'm doing, can you? That had the grappling hook up here, and then it would come out of the top, and then it had a cord on the bottom you could pull to retract the cord so he would follow along with it. And that was very cool. The backpack doesn't have that functionality. It does have a string that goes through it. I'm not sure if you are supposed to take that off or not or anything. It doesn't seem like it, but I guess you could run line through it so that it mimicked the other one, but I don't think it would have any functionality if you pulled on it. Again, not really sure. There is a hole at the top and the bottom of it though. But I can see right through it. Look at that. If you can see it, it does go all the way through. So you could put a line through if you wanted to. Actually, could you put the line through with not with the hook? Hold on, let me check this out. Okay, I took it off and I tried to kind of feed it through the backpack, but it doesn't go. It's a round peg and it's a square hole, so it doesn't fit. But I'm sure that you could put a line right through there if you wanted to. Which is very cool. The arms on the backpack are articulated, so he's like much more like a spider. And of course the clasps on the top mean that could come off. And this is really cool. The symbol or the logo has a distinct shine to it on the outside and on the inside. It's very shiny, but also I don't know if you can see it or not, but his eyes are basically see-through. Like the eyes that he has in his head are, and you kind of see from that angle, are just perfectly clear and see-through all the way to the back of his skull. So it's really striking. It's really cool. Webstor is very classic. He's the perfect marriage of Masterverse and Origins. Extremely accurate, super cool. He is a good addition to the collection. Man-at-Arms is classic also. The classic mustache and the helmet comes off, I think. The helmet has technology on it. It's a new look for Duncan. And, from his classic look with the yellow jag on there. He has the mace with the ball and chain, but he also has the regular mace as well. So you can unplug this from the staff, plug this back in for that classic look. The chain itself is a little bit flexible. It was hanging in this direction, and it seemed perfect if you can hold it in this direction and it still holds its shape as though it's coming down at you. But I don't think you can, if you ran it under warm water and then set it for a direction and put cold water on it, it would probably freeze in that direction. You'd probably be able to make it malleable a little bit. But it's really cool. It's a really nice touch. The ball is kind of a little bit different colored from the rest of the staff. And I think that it's because this is definitely a different color than the base also. So it's just in keeping with that. But it's also a really cool kind of escalation of that weapon. It's kind of a fully realized version. When I first saw this, I thought maybe the chain was inside and you would have to mess with that and it would always be fighting gravity because it'd always be dangling. And I thought, well, that stinks. But it's very cool the way that it is. Man, his armor comes off at different points if you want to take it off. I don't know why you would, but he has a holder here where you can just plug his mace in. Of course, you probably want to plug in the mace that is not deployed with the ball, but because with the ball it looks weird. But if you plug it in upside down and the ball is dangling, you can see the ball, down here, and then it just looks like he's giving birth to a ball and chain. That's a weird sentence. I'm not going to edit that. Anywho, it's a classic Man-at-Arms figure, but it's a really strong addition to the new Eternia collection. Really strong addition to the Masterverse line. And I love how oversized some of the armor pieces are. That's just way oversized. There's no reason for his shoulder to be that gigantic, but it's super cool. And of course that stuff comes off, and just like it did on the original. Of course, on the original you got bits of armor on both arms and both legs, and on this one it's all on the left side. But it is really cool. Now for Trapjaw. Trapjaw is just super classic. He's got a dagger, which I don't think he's come with before. It has a little bit of a color hit on the handle. Little pieces taken out of it. You see little chunks of things taken out of the blade. Nice little design right there. It just looks really cool. It's a really nicely done accessory for Trapjaw. As far as the claw hand goes, I put the claw hand on because it's articulated. Very cool articulation for the jaw hand. And his jaw itself articulates. So you say, hello, everyone. See if it closes without popping back open. Yeah, it closes. Marshmallow Fanboy here with another. That's a weird angle. I can't see. Okay. So open and shut case. Okay. So just like Man-at-Arms, the shoulder is gigantic. I don't think that compared to the rest of the body, Trapjaw's arms are usually like that. But there was that cartoon. The Netflix had a kind of a kids cartoon that wasn't a Revelation, and the Trapjaw for that had ridiculous proportions. It was super cool looking. Of course, he's got the super cool belt, and he's got little places to put the accessories right in his belt. Little loops, and of course everything comes with a hook right there, where you can just slide it right in there. Just like that. Trapjaw has cool little details. I don't know about this disc. It's very cool. It looks super cybernetic. Just has a wealth of really good details on it. Shiny green parts right on his legs. That's shiny. The helmet is a different color than the jaw itself. It's a nice detail. The body is a really nice blue. It's classic and new in a way that's really cool. The shoulder has these kind of spikes sticking out. I don't know if I've ever seen that kind of thing before, but it's really cool. Maybe I have. But his arm is really nicely articulated. He can get into lots of positions, and he can be a big threat to your heroes in the collection. And that's it for the Masters of the Universe Masterverse new Eternia figures. These are I think the first three. No, I've definitely gotten new Eternia figures before, but these are the latest that I got. They are super cool. They're super classic. They're really nice upgrades from Origins figures, and I'm excited to add these to my collection. So if you don't have yours yet, hopefully you can find them in store, or you can go to bigbadtoystore.com or Entertainment Earth, somewhere like that. Amazon is a good source too, but I haven't found a way to make Amazon kind of work for me. It seems like Amazon doesn't stock these, or they're just really hard to find. So until next time, enjoy your toys.